Hey, it's Jordan from Piano, where we teach a new song every Friday on YouTube. This week we're looking at Clocks by Coldplay. This is a really simple song to learn. It's in the key of E flat major, and it really only uses 3 chords. So we're going to look at the main riff, we're going to look at the verse progression, which uses a cool vocal melody, we're going to look at the bridge, and we're going to look at a little expansion upon the main riff that closes out the song. So the first things first, let's look at what the chords of the song are. So the chords of the song are this. That's an E flat major chord in first inversion. So here's your E flat, and then you move that up to one position. E flat major in first inversion, so that's G, B flat, E flat. The next chord is going to be a B flat minor chord. So you just take this same shape and kind of move it down a little bit, and you play that chord. So this is made of the notes F, B flat, and D flat. And the third chord that is in this progression is an F minor chord. So that all you have to do is move your 2 top notes down one position each. So there's your F minor chord. So F, A flat, and C. So that's the main chord progression that works with the main riff, works with the chorus sort of stuff, which is just sort of an expansion of that riff, and it works with the verse and the vocals on top of that. So the main riff, how does that go? It goes like this. So that's actually a pretty simple exercise. If you've ever practiced triads, which are just, that's what all these chords are. These are major and minor triads. Basically all this is just broken triads. So we're playing in the left hand just holds down kind of whole notes to just get that chord progression locked down in the bass. And the right hand plays the tones of each chord that you're playing, but just broken in sort of the same sequence depending on each chord. So it's top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom, top, middle. And then it swaps down to B flat minor. And then it swaps down to F minor. And then it swaps back up to the start again. So that's a pretty simple riff, but it's pretty iconic and it's pretty identifiable, so it's easy to play, really fun to practice. As soon as you just bust that out on the piano, everyone will know exactly what you're playing, so that's very cool. I'll demonstrate that now to the backing track. All right, so that was the main riff at the performance tempo. Now let's slow it down so you could really get those hand motions locked in and make sure that you've got that rhythmic pulse kind of working with the rhythm in the left hand. So it's going to go nice and slow for you. All right, so now that you've learned how to play that riff, let's look at what the actual verse uses. So this is a little bit of a non-traditional approach. I'm actually going to show you what the vocal melody is doing in the right hand. Again, the left hand It's just playing those same 3 chords, but the right hand kind of has a slightly different, more complicated part now. So it goes like this. So it's a pretty simple melody. Again, we're in the key of E flat major. The only thing that is different here is we are using this D flat note. So I consider it to be in the key of E flat major because the main chord is E flat, but we're always using that D flat note in all the melodies and chords. So bear that in mind. Now this melody consists all between the notes E flat up top and A flat in the bottom. So you just have a 5th interval range, except for there's a little tag at the end of some of the melody lines that is goes down to F and then 1, so a little 2-1 jump. But that melody is just E flat, C, D flat, C, B flat, and then back up to D flat. And now B flat, C, B flat, A flat. So kind of a little repetitive melody, and then a walk down, and then another repetition, and then another walk down. All right, so I'll show how that all sounds along to the track itself. All right, so now that we've checked out how the track sounds at performance tempo, again, we're going to slow it down for you so you can practice along nice and slow. Okay, so now let's move on to the bridge. The bridge has a different set of chords. It's kind of a tough thing to teach as a piano player because it's very guitar driven, but I've sort of made a little arrangement of how the bridge could sound on the piano, and it's quite simple. So our main chords in the left hand are G flat major. This is a G flat major chord. It consists of the notes D flat, G flat, and B flat. So here it is in root position, and you just want to go down 1 position to get to that chord. The next chord that you're going to play is a D flat major triad. It's very simple. This is just going to be in root position, so there's your D flat chord, D flat, F, A flat. Very simple. The next chord that you want to play is an A flat major chord. So that consists of the notes C, E flat, and A flat. So here's your root position down here, and then just move up 1 position. So you have G flat, D flat, and then A flat. So in the right hand, it's very simple. I just pedal this 1 note for the first 2 chords, pedal D flat here. And then I go down 1 semitone to C to play that A flat chord. for the final repetition of that bridge. It happens 4 times. The first 3 times, that works. You just got to pedal those notes. The final time, you actually just hold on that G-flat chord, and it kind of builds up to the next section of the song. So a good way to do that is just to start off, again, just pedaling that one note, but then start to add other tones in that triad to give some sense of this kind of like suspended building sensation. So all I'm going to do is just play D flat, and then I'm going to play G flat, and then I'm going to finish the triad with B flat on top. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I play along to the track itself. All right, so that's the bridge. Now we'll slow it down so you could have another crack at it nice and slow. All right, so we learned how to play the main riff, we learned how to play the verse with the vocal melody added in the right hand, and then we learned how to play that bridge and build up into this final section here. So this final section is an expansion upon that main riff. So you remember your hand motion in your right hand when you were playing? It was that top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom, top, middle. It's that same general motion. The left hand just plays the original chords, but now we're going to play these notes. So we're pedaling 2 notes up top here. We're pedaling A flat and G, and then our bottom note that we play with our thumb is the thing that's reflecting the chord change. So the beginning is just A flat, G, E flat, and that's all the notes we do, and just apply that hand motion to those 3 notes. And then we want to bop down to B flat in the left hand, and to reflect that, we're going to take our thumb and move that down to D flat in the right. So now we play that same hand motion, but we play it twice. And now we want to take this thumb down, 1 semitone to C, and then repeat. All right, so that's the expansion on the main riff. I'll show how it sounds along to the track now. All right, so that's the riff at performance tempo. Now let's slow it down nice and slow for you to practice along. All right, so that's Clocks by Coldplay. This is a really great song for beginners to learn because it's so iconic. It also just builds on those easy triad exercises that you've probably been looking for a musical context for from the start here. So try out Clocks by Coldplay. Let me know in the comments below if there's another song that you want me to teach. I'm always looking for that feedback. And if you want to check out a full performance of this song, check out the link above. All right, I'm Jordan from Piano. We'll see you all later.